Okay, am I here? Can you see me? Oh my god, level 5, level 6. Can you see? You can see me? It worked? I didn't have to hit the second button that I thought I was going to have to hit. Hi. Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony show. Anthony is in Vegas. He went there for the weekend to go to the Raiders game with his dad, Raiders Giants game. So he is flying back today. So I said, I'm going to do the show. I don't need you. I got everybody else. So he did help me set up. I will say that. It was basically foolproof. The fact that I just panicked was unnecessary. But let's talk about what is on the list. Tomorrow is our movie night, and I do need to give you a quick disclaimer about that. If you signed up to come to movie night and you filled out the form, okay? You filled out the form, then you should be good. However, you need to arrive as close to check-in time as possible. Check-in time is 6:15 p.m. They do overfill, like they let more people than necessary fill out that form. And because they do that, if everyone shows up, there will not be enough room. So you filled out the form, get there as close to 6:15 p.m. as possible. It is first come, first serve. So if you show up at 7 and there's no room, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Okay. Also on the list today, Hype Challenge, which I don't even need to tell you. You guys have already done it. We told you last week not to sub because Twitch was starting this new challenge today where I think it's 2 weeks, and anytime someone subs, gifts a sub, donates bits, all of that, it also counts towards something separate. So it does everything it normally does, what you guys do. It's great. But on a Twitch leaderboard, all of these streamers get kind of put up against one another to see whose community is better. And so thank you for waiting. We're already at level 7 of the hype train. So I will take a health shot because we are doing No Nonsense November. I should have added that on there. CMA versus Amaranth. Yes, Lenny, let's see. Let's see who wins that one. Oh, thank you, Ray Styles. My jacket is rented. It's very cute. It's got a little toasty in here, so I think I'm going to take it off. We're going to talk about camping out. Have you ever camped out for something you've really wanted to be a part of, but wait until I tell you where this comes from? And we may even get the phones going today. We'll see. No dogs allowed. I have questions from dog people if I can do something. And murder mystery. We did our first murder mystery party, and I'm going to tell you about that. And then, yes, I'll be in New Jersey for the second half of this week hosting the Little Words Project Give Back Gala. Tickets are still available. It's Thursday night, and it's going to be a good time. All right. Oh, my God. Miguel from Miami, Florida, thank you very much for all those gifted subs. We need to... Wow. Holy hell, you guys. You know what? I wonder what happens if I get more gifted subs than by myself than when Anthony is here. Okay. This is what I did this morning. Well, last night I packed my whole little breakfast and lunch because I am been sticking to this meal plan since last Wednesday, which is the longest I've stuck to one in a very long time. And I packed my lunch and I put it in a bag this morning and I walked out the door without it. And I had one of my juice shots in there, but luckily Amy from Seattle Cocktail Club actually got us a bunch at Trader Joe's the other day. So this is their Mighty C Acerola. I thought it said Areola. Acerola Cherry Juice Shot. Okay. Miguel, thank you. Oh my God, you guys. Save some for Anthony. Ooh, actually, this is great. Angela, I will take this record, this hype train record on my own. If you are watching on YouTube and you have no idea what we're talking about, when you stream live on Twitch, you can see all these things going on down here. There's all these goals to hit when people subscribe, and a hype train is what basically calculates those goals. And I'm about to hit one of our show's hype train records without Anthony here. Miguel, you are insane. Let's see if I can get the feature chat thing going. I may not be able. Okay, wait. That means I can put your messages on the screen. Okay, should be able to do that. I'm just testing it out. I also, wait, I have other camera shots. But, okay, hold on. Can you see that? See, this is weird because Anthony told me I was going to have to hit his second button. So you see that just me, no list, right? I purposely set this up to blow tones out of the water. Mm-hmm. All right, let me finish this. Okay, cool. And then we'll get to the list. I can't read the chat. All right. Well, I mean, maybe we just won't do the Carla Marie. It'll be called the Carla Marie and Anthony show, but like we'll just do it separate moving forward. Maybe that'll be it. You know, it'll be like dueling pianos, but dueling shows. Okay, so let's go back to the countdown. Nope. Main list. So it is the hype challenge. You guys have clearly crushed that today. About to beat our last record. Hilarious. So thank you for that. But that will go for 2 weeks. So that little game that Twitch is doing, anytime you sub or donate bits over the next few weeks, Twitch is going to put us on a leaderboard. So we should probably get an update of where we are on that today. Hopefully we'll have an answer tomorrow. Camping out. This is the craziest thing. So I've never camped out for anything really. I've probably waited in line early to get into something, but not like the night before. None of that stuff. I do early Black Friday shopping. This is next level. So Taylor Swift's next leg of the Eras Tour kicks off this week, and she's in Argentina. And from what I understand, the floor seats there are general admission. Everywhere she's been in America, every seat is a ticket. But there, it's general admission. So girls and women have been camping out for, I believe, 4 to 5 months outside of the arena. But here's where it's so genius. This is how genius Swifties are. This is what they're doing. There's only 4 tents, but there's technically hundreds of people camping out. So what they're doing is each tent, or I don't know if it's a group or each tent has their own spreadsheet. And there's about 60 people per tent. And you rotate. So there's always someone manning your tent. And the girl that they interviewed for the story, or woman, she's in her early 20s. She didn't want her name to be said because she didn't want her dad to know where she was going in the afternoon during her tent shift. And she goes to work, goes to school, whatever, and then hangs out at the tent. And then someone else relieves her. And what's going to happen, I guess, the day of the show this week is all 240 people that have their front reserved spots will show up. I don't know if there's something that says you've spent the most hours here, so you get to be in the front of the line. But either way, the first 240 people that get into the show are going to be fine when it comes to seats. But it is so genius. I wouldn't do it for anything. Maybe if you were like, you could get free flights for life, then I'd wait in that line. But yeah, I don't think I'd do it. Jenny Kay said, oh my God, these ladies are genius. They are so smart. It's not like one person has been sleeping on concrete around the clock for 5 months. Run Like a Husky. I've camped out for a laptop on Black Friday when I was a poor college student. An REI opening and a Cabela's opening. That would be fun though. Like if it's a one night thing, I think I could do it. But at this point, like, no, Martha. There's not only 240 seats there. That's about how many of these women have these reserved spots. The floor seats got, I don't know how many. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be set when they get in there. Absolutely set. I mean, their 5 months will have paid off. Unless, like, I don't know, the stadium says, by the way, everyone has to leave the night before the show because we have to set up security or merch. Could you imagine? That would suck. See, like, I mean, Black Friday's coming up. Do people still camp out for things? I don't think the deals are that great. I mean, you can go online, right? I mean, what is the point? Martha, I camped out with my brother overnight for an American Idol audition and met Ryan Seacrest. What? Where was it? Was it in Kansas? Okay, it looks like the thing to put. Did you not see that on the screen? Damn. The chat option to put. Like right now, it's showing me that I have Martha's message on the screen, but you don't see it. That's annoying. Make sure Anthony's not texting me. Okay. Oh, it was in Boston like 15 years ago. Well, I really want to be able to put chat messages on the screen. This is annoying. So now I'm going to tinker over here to see if I can do it. This is what Anthony was talking about the other day, and it wasn't working. All right. Well, you're just going to have to be stuck with me. Sorry if you're watching on YouTube and you can't see the live chat. I will try not to just read it the whole time, but these people are very entertaining. You should join live if you're not. Meg said, when I was a concierge in New York City, this woman came to me about going to a mall in Long Island with her daughter for One Direction. She said because it was on Long Island, they didn't think that it would be that crowded. I laughed hysterically because Long Island girls would def camp out. Yeah, Long Island fans, I don't know what it is. They're crazy. More than North Jersey, South Jersey. It's wild. What is it? Why? They are like, when it would come time for like Jingle Ball tickets, those would be the people that would be calling in and harassing me. So yeah. Shout out to those women camping out. I'm excited for Aerostore to pick back up again this week, as I'm sure they are. But I can't wait to see like the videos again. I miss it. You know, Secret Songs. What is she gonna do? Stuff off of 1989, Taylor's version. Very excited. But I'm not gonna make this a Taylor Swift show. So let's move on to no dogs allowed. And I need specifically dog owners here to help me. And maybe if you own a home, you can help me with this. So right in front of my house, like attached to my house, is a garden. My friend Ellie, weed woman, she actually just planted a bunch of plants for me. She's kind of testing out to see how that service would work. I'm not going to go too much into that, but she is the person that goes around and does weeding. So she planted these gorgeous plants for me. I have like a cute little tree. I've had some shrubs that have been there forever that my neighbor and I kind of share, and we've had to replace a few times because they keep dying. But what Ellie planted is gorgeous. Yesterday, I watched a corgi owner let their corgi run through my garden. So on top of several plants, through like, there's a bunch of like seedlum, so they're like ground succulents. So you're not even on the ground, you're stepping on succulents, and let them pee on our bushes that keep dying. Now I know why. And let them walk all over it and pee. It's not like it's just grass. And then they walked away. So now I'm like, well, screw you. This is why over the past 4 years. Oh my God, 4 years. Oh my God. Yesterday was 1 year that I closed on my house. That's crazy. Oh, what a way to celebrate. Someone peeing on my garden. And it wasn't even like they were telling their dog to come out. They were standing there I watched them do it. I was in shock. So, they're clearly in the wrong based off what I'm seeing in the chat. Rain from Washington said, Seattle dog owners are different. Now, I want to get one of those signs that is like, keep your dog off my garden. Or like a sign that says, I use poison. Like, what do I do? Because technically you're not supposed to use things that could be harmful to animals. But Dana in Maryland said, I've seen neighborhood dogs do that where I live too. One of my neighbors has a little sign reminding owners to be kind and not let their dogs pee on their flowers. You're like, it's not like these are wildflowers that grew here. Like, I paid money. And when I tell you, marched through my garden, the stupid little paws. So, yeah. You won't see that in Prospect Park. Okay, so I guess I get are there certain signs, like ones that are like, keep off? Or do I need like a be kind, like typical Seattle passive aggressive sign? I'm within my right to put a sign up, but what does the sign say? That's the question. Private property, do not walk your dog here. Ooh, like no trespassing on my 5x5 garden. Keep your dog off my lawn. I've thought about putting like up a little, not fence, right? There's like those little garden fences, but then it's like, ooh, okay. Justin said, I respect the signs that say curb your dog pesticide spray. But here's the thing about Seattle. Like, I think we're not supposed to, obviously I haven't, not supposed to use certain sprays. But again, it's not a law, so I don't know. All right, Amazon's got keep dogs off grass. Oh my God, I can get a solar. That seems messed up. But it's like a solar powered thing that apparently like makes vibrations to keep all animals away. That's sad. I'm not going to do that. I don't use your yard as a restroom. Please don't let your pets use mine as one. A dog pooping. I might have to do that. Okay, so Meg says, my landlord has a thing that emits a high-pitched sound when animals come near. But I feel bad, like, for, the wild animals that lived there before me. Okay, so dog mace? Hold on. Yeah, my cats would hear it and just, it's basically in my house. What's going on here? Dog mace is dog repellent, eco-friendly and safe, repels dogs, guaranteed, with ingredients found in nature, easy to apply and works quickly, trains dogs to stay away. A promising solution. $35? I'd rather just start with a sign. Yeah. And I also don't even know if this thing's going to work. So let's start with a sign, see if the owners can read, and we'll go from there. But like, truly, I watched, like, it marched through my garden, but it peed on the, like, they're like Christmas tree bushes. I don't know what the hell they're called. And my neighbor and I have had to replace 2 or 3 of them, and they're not cheap. So like, well, Matt, I'm glad you brought this up. Point a camera at the garden. Funny enough, we had an Amazon Blink camera that lasted about 2 weeks in front of our house. So if you don't know how Amazon Blink cameras work, you drill the mount to wherever you're going to mount it. But then the camera itself, so here's the mount, camera itself attaches to the mount. I can take off the camera whenever I want. And we were setting it up. I said to Anthony, can someone just steal the camera? He's like, yeah, but who would do that? Like, what is someone going to do with this camera? So I get an alert like 2 weeks ago that our camera went offline. But I didn't know it. I guess it had alerted me a few times. The night before, the last video I have is someone walking by at 10:40 p.m. with a flashlight. And at 10:54, the camera goes offline. And I don't, like, clearly that person was, like, kind of walking weird. Like, I don't know if they were drunk. I don't know what. And I obviously don't have video of them taking it because by the time that uploaded, they were gone off my internet. So I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So now I find out that you can submit a camera offline. I'm sorry, you can submit a stolen camera thing to Amazon and they'll replace it if you do a police report. So I do a police report. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the camera. It does have 2 AA batteries in there that like last 2 years. So maybe they are going to use the batteries. I don't know. Maybe they can sell it because you can buy them individually. You don't have to buy them as a system. So now we're going to put it in there. We're going to put it up higher so that they can't get it without a ladder because it was kind of low. The best part is, like, I walked in and out of my house several times that day, didn't notice it was gone. Yeah, but Heather said Blink will replace it. They can't use it because it's linked to you. But, I mean, they can use the freaking batteries. But I wonder if they can, like, wipe it. There's got to be a way. So, yeah. What a time. So once I get that back, I will have footage of people letting their dog pee on my lawn. I'm wondering if there's more than one culprit. Plants you have. Angela said, regardless of what kind of plants you have, it's disrespectful to allow your dog to pee or poop on someone's plants, flowers, garden. And if the dog truly needs to go, do it on the grass. That's better than a garden. Well, that's the thing. 3 feet of sidewalk away from my garden is grass, which also sucks. But, like, that's not dying because animals are peeing on it. And people almost always pick up their dog poop from there. I say almost. Because one time I stepped in it. It was miserable. Blink does have a cloud recording. So, I do love the Blink cameras. They've been great. And they're pretty affordable. And I'm sure they're going to have more sales on Black Friday. Okay, so, no dogs allowed. Murder mystery. Let's do a quick, it doesn't need to be an official poll, but a poll, you can just say yes or no in the chat. Have you ever done a murder mystery party or murder mystery game that's not like one of the board game ones where there's a host? Because Anthony and I got to do one Friday night here at Seattle Cocktail Club. So with Seattle Cocktail Club event, so we get to come here to the office and participate in a murder mystery 1920s flapper themed game. There were like 30 people, more than that. There were obviously the bar was open, so we had a bartender. I didn't drink. I had mocktails, by the way, and they were so good. Peter, he works here like every day. I don't know if he's here at this moment, but yeah, he was making great mocktails, so that was fun. Although I feel like it was not the best night to choose not to drink because I had to talk to strangers. I was like, oh, shoot, I'm so sober. So, but it was good having something in my hand because people were questioning me during the murder mystery and I didn't know what to do with my hands. So I don't want to reveal too much because I'll tell you why in a moment. But I'll give you the gist of what happens. So everyone was dressed up in like full flapper, full 1920s. And Anthony and I just wore pearls. And I was like, not thinking that people were going to fully go all out, but they did. And they looked amazing. And it definitely made it way more fun. But I was the idiot in jeans. I don't even think there were jeans in the 1920s. So was Anthony, though. So the idea is that we're all in a speakeasy in the 20s. The lights go out, and the boss of this speakeasy, when the lights go on, he's dead. And now we have to figure out who killed him. And everyone is handed a envelope, and in the envelope, you find out who you are, and then you write, your job on a name tag, and you wear it. So you find out who you are, you find out your story, like the truth about your story. And then you find out other rumors that you can start spreading. You're just like being in high school, okay? So then you have to start going around and being like, oh, you're this person. And again, I'll tell you why I'm not giving the full details. But, oh, you're this person. Is it true that you blah, blah, blah? And then other people start telling you things. So you don't know what is a rumor on their paper and what is fact. And you have to start figuring out who killed the boss. And you have to, at one point, you have to accuse someone, right? Like, not everyone has to do this, but if you're like, I think I know this person did it, you have to publicly, everything stops, and accuse that person. And if you're wrong, you die. And by the end, were all the killers caught? Were there more than one? How many? I believe so. It was so much fun. Sober. It was fun. It basically, yes, Rain, that's the best way to describe it. It's an in real life game of Among Us. If you played Among Us, the mobile game during COVID, you know exactly how it goes. And it was basically that. So the reason I'm not telling you exactly, how it went, Seattle Cocktail Club wants to do a murder mystery night with Carla Marie and Anthony members, people who watch this show here at the office. And it'll be different. So obviously Anthony and I know how the story played out this last time, but they do switch it up. So there could be different killers. There will be different killers. The story will be a little different. So we won't know. But I'm going to wait to tell you how, like, the details of our game until after that happens, because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But, right? How fun would that be? Martha, fly to Seattle and play. Maybe we'll do, like, a traveling murder. That would be so cool. A traveling murder. That's called a serial killer. We'll get serial killers involved. Okay. Hey, maybe we'll do it in New Jersey. A virtual one. That'd be tough. But if this is something people are interested in, please let us know. And we need around 30 people to do it, I think. So that would be good times. I'm sure we could do it on Zoom. But let's try the IRL one. And we'll go from there. Run like a husky said Tones needs to get us those $18 Frontier flights. So I'll let Anthony, really explain tomorrow how it went. But he flew to Vegas. Why he's not here. This was planned, by the way. It's not that he just is stuck there. And he took an $18 Frontier flight. And he has stories of, like, the kind of people that were also on the flight. But he said it, like, wasn't bad. But we did find out, like, a day before that he couldn't take a full-size backpack. And that was all he was going to travel with. So he took it's like this big Adidas backpack. He couldn't even get his arms all the way in. And then his Spirit flight that he's taking back here today is like $76. So I'll let him give the full details tomorrow. It was funny. It was very, very funny. But I was like, who as a pilot is working for these airlines? Is it the people that can't get into the other airlines that are desperate for pilots right now? Because then I started getting a little nervous. So I'm like, let me do the flight tracker and see where he is. So yeah. Okay. There was something I was going to say. Oh, serial killers. So I mailed them. They should be getting it today or tomorrow. 2 cereals that we got in Aruba. I don't know if we told this story, but when we went to Aruba, we went to a grocery store called Superfood, and we picked out 3 different cereals. We doubled up on 2 of them so we could try them and eat them there, and then we were going to send 3 to serial killers. So I posted a photo, or I sent the photo to Scotty and Andy, and I was like, look what we got. And Scotty replies, you know what? I want to get the full dickhead comment. And if you don't know who serial killers are, Scotty and Andrew work for Elvis Duran in the morning show. That is where Anthony and I worked many years ago at this point. And they host a podcast together called Serial Killers, where they rate and review cereals. So I send, and again, now keep in mind, the service wasn't great for me at this point. I don't think I had data. So I sent photos of our order, right, like at the register, and all video of the cereal in the store. I thought they would think it was cool. And Scotty says, yeah, we did all those. Okay, end of story. And I curse him off. And I said, now I'm going to eat all of it. End of story. We go back to the house. We say, all right, then we're going to eat them. So we eat the one that there was only 1 box of. And I post it, and I was like, serial killers claim that they already ate this, but we rated it a 3 bowls and a spoon, whatever it was. And Scotty responds with, you jerk, I was just kidding. So they didn't even get to try that one, which, by the way, was the best one out of the ones that we bought. So I send them the 2, and I go to the post office, and the man working at the post office goes, serial killers? And he, like, laughs. And I was like, yeah, my friends host a podcast. And he's like, that's so cool. I was like, yeah, they rate and review cereal. And he's like, I got to listen to them. That's cool. He's like, I haven't had cereal in such a long time. And I'm like, yeah, you should listen to them there, wherever you get your podcast. So I come home and I text Scotty and I say, and Andy, and I was like, mailed your cereal. The person working at the post office said they, was very intrigued, and I, pitched them on the whole podcast. And this is what Scotty replies. Okay. I'll give you my exact text, actually. Finally mailed your cereal and sent it to Scotty so that they know where it's going. But also wrote serial killers on the box, and the guy working at the post office was like, serial killers? So I gave him the whole podcast pitch, and he said he's going to listen. Scotty says, nice. And the term mailed is acceptable in this case because you use the U.S. Postal Service. So he was trying to say that if I sent it via UPS and I said I mailed it, that was wrong. I guess I shipped it. But he is the ultimate get off my lawn pain in the ass. And I hope somebody clips this and sends it to him. Because this man needs an intervention, okay? And then I said, I, period, hate, period, you, period. So, that's Scotty. That is what I deal with. Dana said, I wouldn't have even sent the cereal after I received that first text. You're right. Oh, you're right, Sonali. Should I call Scotty and ask him what sign I should put on my lawn? Should I call him right now? Let's see. He's not going to answer. Let's make sure my bluey tooth is connected. He won't answer. Let's see. Are we making bets? All right, hold on. Okay. Oh, but how do I know if you actually hear it? Hold on. Let me test. I'm just gonna call Anthony and see if it works first. Tell me if you can hear. Can you hear it ringing? Okay. Well, we're gonna test it with Anthony.
Hello?
Hi. Oh, were you sleeping? You're live on the Carla Marie show.
No, I'm laying down.
Okay, I just wanted to see if the phone worked. I'm gonna call Scotty.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Everything works when Tones is not here. Seriously, he is the problem. Oh, remind me after Scotty that I want to talk about ghosts. All right, I'm calling Scotty B, host of the Serial Killers podcast.
Hello?
Hi, Scotty B. You are live on the Carla Marie and Anthony show.
Why do you do this?
It's actually just me today because Anthony's not here, so I'm hosting by myself. And I was telling the story of how I sent you cereal, but how you would have had more cereal, but you're a dick. And the way you respond to things. What? Did you say what?
Hang on, man. I'm in a bad spot because I'm outside with the dog. He's taking a dump. Just give me a second so I can go back in the house.
Oh. I can't wait to see where the dog pooped.
I can't hear you. Hold on. I'm going back in the house. Sawyer, come on. Freaking dog. You there?
Yes. Okay. So, for a quick side note, someone let their dog pee inside of my actual garden, and I was wondering what kind of sign I can put up as a homeowner that tells people to not let their dogs pee and poop on my lawn.
Okay, well, actually, somebody was doing that to my dad, and he was complaining to the neighbors, so somebody bought him a sign that says, please, no peeing. And there's like a dog peeing with a line through it. It's a little stake that you put in the ground. But I think that just makes people want to make their dog pee there more.
Me too.
Kind of like when you write, like, fragile, do not drop on a box, and like, screw you, and they drop it even harder. So I feel like you can't win.
Okay, but what if I put, like, no dogs, pesticides?
Okay, there's that. You can do that. If you just put no dogs, people will be screw you, and they bring their dogs there. But if you do the pesticide thing, that might scare them.
Okay. So,
but you can't always have pesticide there. That stuff goes away in 24 hours. So you're going to have to come up with something better.
Yeah, but they don't know. What if I'm putting it on every day? Is that a risk they're willing to take?
I guess you're right.
Okay. So we want to know why you are the way that you are. And by we, I mean me and the people who listen to this show and your show.
You know what? I'm just a quirky guy. That's how I was born. There's not much I can do about it.
Because I was saying how when I said to you, hey, I mailed your cereal, and you responded with, well, mailed is appropriate in this case because you used USPS. Why?
Well, yeah. A lot of people will say, hey, I mailed you a thing. I dropped it off at FedEx before. You can't mail stuff from FedEx. You could ship stuff from them, but the mail is the U.S. Postal Service. So it's just a technicality that kind of drives me crazy. That's all.
I mean, I guess we all have those things, but you use all of them bother you.
Yes, but I generally wouldn't say it to a stranger. Like, you're my little sister, so I would mess with you.
Okay.
You know, if it was like someone that was like a work acquaintance or something that I didn't really know, I wouldn't say that. So for me to be a dick to you means I love you.
Okay, that's fair. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also got screwed over as to not having another cereal because you lied to me and told me you had them all.
Well, I mean, if there was a sarcastic button on texts and emails, then maybe you would have gotten my sarcasm. But no, we didn't do that cereal. So, I mean, you ate it and ruined everything.
It was, and by the way, it was the best one out of the three. So,
really?
Yeah. But
well, I mean, if you just checked our website, you would see that we didn't do it.
I was in the grocery store and really didn't have service because I was in a foreign country.
No, I'm pretty sure you probably could have just gone to the web.
You're the worst. All right, well, this has been fun. I miss you. I love you. I'll be in New Jersey the end of this week. I'm hosting an event in Montclair.
Wait, that's it?
Like, you want to hang out longer?
Yeah, I do. I just got home. I was going to do my at-home stuff, but I'm just sitting on the couch now taking a little break.
Is your at-home stuff mailing things for Koozie Kings?
Can we not even get started with that? I'm so angry at them. You have no idea. Do you know the whole situation?
I know, and I'll explain it a little bit for the people watching right now. That Andrew has a koozie company, which he has to change the name of, but it was Koozie Kings, and you basically became their shipping center?
Yeah. Well, this is how it was sold to me. So about 6 months ago, Andrew was like, so we're going to start selling these koozies. I'm like, who the hell buys koozies? He's like, no, it's big business. I was like, okay. He's like, we live in little apartments and we don't really have room to keep all the stock. So here's what we're going to do. If I could have them shipped to your house, and when you get them, you'll just put labels on them and send them back out to Amazon. I'm like, okay, that sounds easy enough. No problem.
Right.
But what they did is they apparently ordered all their stock for the entire year. And basically what they're using me for now is a storage facility, which I was not informed of. So my garage has about 70 cases of koozies in it
70?
right now. And yeah, and they're just sitting there. And I need to get them out of my garage because I need my garage. Yeah. And so we're kind of in a whole tug of war thing right now, where now they're going to get like a storage shed down the block from me. Now I'm going to have to go there and ship stuff. This is more trouble than it's worth. He's paying me peanuts. So it's like I'm more doing it because I'm his friend than anything else.
Right.
And I like shipping stuff, but there really isn't a lot of shipping involved because it's just sitting. So, I don't really, I need to charge him for storage, I think, until he gets them out of my house. I mean, but it's hard to do when you're like doing your friend a favor. You know what I mean?
70 cases is an insane amount of stuff.
Yeah. I have no room to do it. I could barely get to my washer dryer because there's koozies everywhere.
That would set me off. I think so, but like he's going to get a whole ass storage unit.
Yeah. Yeah. He has me looking at storage units now to see how many boxes they can hold and the distance from my house. And like, I'm really not interested in doing this anymore.
So I pay about $180 a month for a storage unit, and it wouldn't hold 70 of those things, which means you could be charging him at least that.
I think so. But no, I found one that's not for it's about $60 or $70, and it'll fit most of them. Okay. But I don't like. I want to do it. I want to do the shipping. I want to be shipping manager because I feel like that's what I was born to do. I'm a shipping guy, and but it's just not happening right now. I'm a storage guy, and I don't enjoy that. Yeah, no. Storage Scotty is not the Scotty. Shipping Scotty is. That's right. Scott Ships is my business. Scott Ships. That's right. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean. So wait, you're coming to New Jersey for what? I land Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday night I'm hosting an event for Little Words Project. Oh, cool. That's the bracelet thing. Yes, that's the bracelet thing. And then I fly back here Saturday, but I might try to come see you guys, but I got to see my family because you know how they get. No, I'm pretty sure that Friday morning you're going to come in and see us and you're going to record Serial Killers with me because Andrew will be too busy. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Cool. I'm so excited. All right. Well, this has been fun. I love you. Yeah, call anytime. Love you too.
Okay, bye. So the weird thing about Scotty is that he reminds me so much of my brother. Like they don't really look alike, but they could resemble. They could pass for cousins. The way he talks, their mannerisms, the way they act, it's like, it is bizarre. So like when he's like, "Oh, you're my little sister," or whatever, it like I do have that same relationship with them because they remind me so much of each other. It's so weird. It is so weird. And they're around the same age. My brother's a little older. It's Chewy, great question. I don't know much about Scotty B. Who is he? So, the show that Anthony and I started on in radio is called Elvis, Duran and the Morning Show. In New York City, it is on Z100, and in New Jersey, it's on a radio station called Z100. It is nationally syndicated. So when we were there, it was on like 85 radio stations. Scotty B has worked at that station for 30-something years, I think, at this point, and he still works there. So he was my coworker for 6 years, 7 years, and now he still is there, but also hosts a podcast with our friend and other former coworker, Andrew, called Serial Killers, where they rate and review cereal. So that's who Scotty is, but he is aside from those two jobs, he's also a complete character of a human, so that's why I called him. Yeah, he's been there. I mean, the show just celebrated 25. Like, he's been there a very long time. Maybe 28 years. But yeah. Yeah, so you should listen to his podcast. Yeah, if you said, "Holy shit, that's expensive," about our storage unit, they just like randomly raise it, which is absurd, but I guess they're allowed to. But we are working on clearing it out. I can't say it's almost empty, but we got a lot of stuff out of there. And we are going to be purging like extra things in the house so that we can do that. I'm selling a bunch of things on my Poshmark, the Carla Marie on Poshmark, if you want some things. And if you don't use Poshmark and you see something you like on there, DM me on Instagram and we'll figure something out. And also, I have a bunch of shoes I'm going to post today, so yeah. Yeah, Scotty B still works for Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. All right, what else is left on the list? Wow, 8:48. Well, my time. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, Claire. I'm so glad I wanted to talk about the time. It's like daylight savings time. Or is it saving? Hold on. Didn't we have a whole debate about this last year? Daylight saving time. It is one. Oh, Ghost. Thank you, Martha. I will get to Ghost. You guys are so good. Okay. Daylight saving time becomes like the weather. So, when you get in an elevator and you have the conversation of like, man, that weather, that's the first thing people are talking about today. Ugh, that hour. I'm so tired. It's like, bro, we gained an hour. Why are we tired? We got an extra hour of life yesterday. But yesterday was the longest day in the entire world, Lisa said. I wish I took advantage of it and went to bed super early, but I didn't. So I in my head kept thinking that the change, I don't know why, just randomly thought the change was happening Sunday into Monday. So last night into today. So I wake up yesterday morning and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym, get in the car. I went to LA Fitness in Ballard without Anthony, without the mayor. Place was lost without him. It was a mess. I know what time it is, 9:13 or whatever it was, and I get in the car and it says 10:13, and I'm like, I didn't know what, sorry, I take that back. I know what time I got up, I did some things around the house, and I get in the car, and I see the time, and I'm like, bro, what have you been doing this whole time? The Seahawks game is on. And I went, oh. Like, I had that moment, and I was like, damn, it got me. Like, I'm never usually the person it gets because I'm, usually so aware, but it was kind of nice to be like, I got an extra hour today. And I didn't apparently notice on my microwave or my oven, just had to set them later. I had no idea. But yeah, the clock in my car, which I still have to fix, I'll let it give me a mini heart attack for a few more days and then I'll change it. But it does feel nice knowing, like, actually, I don't have the hiccups. Like, you actually do have more time in the day. It's kind of nice. But I do agree that we need to stick with the time. And I always get it confused. It's not this time that scientists think we should stay with. The government is trying to get us to stay with one time, which, listen, one time would be great. But scientists think that we need to get rid of it, but we need to stay in. I'm going to get confused. One of the times, I'll explain why. Because waking up in the dark consistently could cause extreme havoc on our bodies, because our bodies should not do that, which is funny because I did that for like 12 years. So yeah. I don't know the exact answer. It was a story on the Morning Show podcast like a year ago. But the time the government is pushing for is not the time that scientists agree is right. But they also do say that there hasn't been enough studies on each one to really know which is the best. So I basically told you nothing with that. But ghosts. Okay. So my family tree, if you don't know, I have 11, 10, 12, 13, 47 nieces and nephews. And I also have a great nephew. My niece, who is 26, maybe 27, has a baby. He's going to be 3 this weekend. Michael. He has been every night, like wide awake, going to bed, will say, Mommy, there's a ghost there. Mommy, there's a ghost. And she's like, oh yeah, there's a ghost in here. It's a good ghost. And he's like, yeah, Mommy, can you make the ghost go away? And she'll like move her hands around or whatever. Consistently every night. And this didn't just start. Like one time he said something along the lines of like, Nanny in heaven, and pointed, and like, he's never known my grandma. Like, yeah, we talk about her, but not enough for him to know. It's not like we're like, Nanny's in heaven. We're not saying these things. So for him to say that was bizarre. But now he keeps pointing every night before bed and telling her that there is a ghost in his room, and he's pointing to a specific spot, looking at it. And she's like, yeah, I got it. I'll get it. Whatever. 2 nights ago, he woke up screaming. She goes running in there and he says, Mommy, 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 the ghost hugged me. And she's like, she said something along the lines of, it's okay, you know, did the ghost hurt you? And he's like, no, the ghost hugged me. So now she's like, what the frig do I do? Like now she's freaking out. She's like, there's a ghost in here. And then it happened again another night. He said the ghost hugged him. And then one night she woke up with him. She woke up with him sleeping sideways on her bed, scared the hell out of her because he was there. So she doesn't know what to do, because now she's like, well, what if it is our grandma? Like, I don't want to kick her out of my house. Heather said, and I forget who it was, so I need to message Amanda Rieger Green, the medium we had on the show, because she said she did see ghosts when she was a kid. And I know, and please forgive me, I forget who it was, saying that their kid was seeing ghosts. And she kind of talked about that with someone, but I forget who it was. So Jess from Minnesota says, anti-ghost spray works wonders. We just have a spray bottle with some essential oils and water. Heather on Long Island, I 100% believe in that. My nephew recognized grandparents by picture that we had never shown him. And that's what I said. I said, give him a group photo and have him name who everyone is. And if he says my grandma, Nan, listen, if you're in here right now, that's awesome. I'm not trying to kick you out. Kids and pets always know. Well, actually, that's what I want to ask her, if the cats have seen anything. Because, like, if Michael's seeing a ghost, like, wouldn't the cats? You would think. Dana, I'd have to move out, leave the kid behind. Also, and this is like the thing where, like, I can't have kids if they're going to be seeing ghosts. Bathe that kid in holy water. Get the priest. Tell her to get sage. She does have 2 cats, so we can see. He'll grow out of it. Dana, if it's your grandma, maybe ask her nicely to stop freaking them out. Yeah, we could do that. Run Like a Husky said, supposedly kids are open to it because they don't know to be skeptical. Well, like, I'm not skeptical. Where is everybody? I'm telling you right now, if someone popped up, I'm dropped dead. So. It is the same grandma that came through to me in my reading, and maybe she's just started to hang out with them ever since. Ooh, you're right, Unicorn Cindy. I'm going to see Dina on Thursday. She's doing my makeup for the event, so I'll talk to her. Dana said, my sister is convinced that she has a ghost in her room, and when she starts to feel like someone is watching her, she nicely says, please leave me alone, and the feeling of being watched always goes away. My mother called signs postcards from heaven. That's cute. I will tell Alyssa that. So Michael's birthday party for turning 3, which yes is crazy because that means that 3 years ago we were in Jamaica right now and broadcasting from Sandals, and Michael was born. So his birthday is on the 13th, which is Monday. So a week from today. His birthday party is Sunday, but I have a game, so I'm flying back here on Saturday. But it's like a kid's birthday party, so I don't, whatever. I am going to take him on Friday and do something special with him, which is why I don't think I can go up to see Elvis and them. That's what Scotty says I'm going to come in, but I don't think so. We'll see. Plus, it's the night after the event. But I want to take Michael to Nickelodeon World or whatever it's called at American Dream. So I think that'd be fun. He loves it, but yeah. 3-nager. I never heard of that. Vicky said 3-nager, my least favorite year so far. He's been getting a little wild. Like, he can be a straight up dick. I feel like it's such a strange age where they're like, they can function, right? They can, like peeing and pooping on the potty. He, can do things, but then also they just go rogue, and you're like, what are you doing, and why are you doing that? You were just fine, and now you're dumping pickles on your head. Like, he hasn't done that, but whatever. Not the terrible 2s. It's the bitchy 3s. 3 is my least favorite year. So many, and that's it, Kim. So many emotions. Like, they're finally able to understand things. Like, they understand no. They understand they want things and they can't have them, but they don't understand why. And I think that's going to be a fun time. I cried more during my daughter's 3rd year than her newborn year. It was rough. And, my family's really only had girls except for my older nephew. So you have all these women basically raising a boy. And Matt Soup said, yes, 3-nagers are real. 2.5 to 3.5 is the roughest. That makes sense. But we're all like, dude, why you're so aggressive? We're aggressive, but he's so physical and he's just so rambunctious and breaking things. And I'm like, we did not do this. Martha. It only gets worse. My kids are dicks most of the time. Jake is a compulsive liar. How do you make that stop? Guys, you're not really doing a good thing for the Kids Are Great camp. Wendy, my son was a pain in the ass toddler. This has been so fun. It's one of the best shows we've ever had, right? Yep. Anthony agrees. Dogs are great. No, they're pooping in my garden. Cats are the best. Cats are the best. I think if he's a compulsive liar, Martha, you have to catch him and embarrass him in a lie. Yeah. Pro parenting right here. So say if he's I don't know. What does he lie about? Give me something he lies about. Lenny said Brooke's cousin is 3, but he's like a geriatric old man. He's grumpy about everything. Those are fun. The grumpy ones. You guys, I wish everybody's kids were in here to like see the shit their parents say about them. Oh my God. Jill said, I was so worried about our 3 dogs marking my son's play kitchen. The second day we had it, my 2-year-old took off his diaper and peed on it. I mean, he marked it though. He marked it. What a time. What a time. Okay, so show's basically almost over. Okay, I do want to read Martha's line, then we'll do a quick recap on No Nonsense November. Martha said that her son, who's the compulsive liar, told a kid at the park that he had 4 dog whistles. The dumbest lie, but he held strong. Then looked directly at me to see if I heard him. Do you want me to call as like the lying fairy? Would he believe that? You just send me a list of the things he says, and I'll be like, you better stop lying. Otherwise, your nose is going to fall off. It's not going to grow. It's going to fall off. Wendy said, Gabriel is 20 and he's still a pain in my ass. Martha, instead of, he's just creative. He's not a compulsive liar. He's creative. You should get him to write stories. The lying fairy in Christmas Carol's voice. I don't know if I could do Christmas Carol's voice. I wonder what she's doing. Probably getting ready. Getting ready. That's what the damn creepy elf is for. It's true. Okay, so No Nonsense November. Listen, I'm not here to brag, but I'm gonna for a second. I've been doing so good. I didn't go to the gym one day, but you don't need to work out every day. I have made my bed every morning. Even this morning where I was like, I got to get out of the house. I was like, all right, I'll make it really quick. It's going to take me 30 seconds. So I made my bed every morning. Yesterday I didn't because I knew I was changing my sheets. So that's like a super adult moment. So got fresh sheets on it. I making my bed every morning. Still scrolling on social, but also actively catching myself and putting it down. Stuck with the meal plan for 5 days. What else? What's my things? Rebecca changed their sheets yesterday too. Adulting on a Sunday. We'd love to see it. How is everyone else's No Nonsense November? It's okay if you're not perfect every day, by the way. Pamela said I wasn't going to participate in No Nonsense November, but I just found out I'm pregnant on Friday, so now I guess I'm participating. No drinking coffee. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yay, no drinking coffee. I'm following, the meal plan I'm doing is it's Beachbody Fixate. You can probably find it online, but I remember it from when I was a Beachbody member, and I used to have like all the food lists. If you're really interested, I can kind of give you the rundown. Tacoma Swifty messaged me. Danny said the no sugar is my biggest downfall. It is hard because I was kind of in this weird position of, well, I'm not going to drink alcohol, but I'm going to have a mocktail, and there's clearly going to be sugar. And I I didn't do 2 things. I did 1. It is a struggle, Jen, to get the water intake with cooler weather. But like if you have tea, that counts. Okay, we can all have some sugar in our lives, but maybe not a lot. There was something I wanted to say about No Nonsense November. No, crap. It escaped my memory. I need a little notepad. It wasn't No Nonsense November. It was something about Anthony. Oh, guys. I know there's leftover candy in this office. And the food that I packed, I left home, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle, but. Oh, thank you. I remembered what it was. Run Like a Husky said to Pamela, congratulations on being pregnant. Sorry, we just told you how evil kids are. That reminded me. It's me, Meech. She's from Ohio. She checks in here often. She went into labor last Monday. while watching Twitch. And she didn't say it in the chat. She told me after. And she was counting her contractions while also watching Twitch. And she said that we can officially say someone was in labor while watching our show. So, and she had a great labor. Baby is super healthy. Wesley Rose, she is so cute. So, Pamela, I highly suggest. Oh, no, sorry, Meech. My niece was watching live from the hospital when we were she was in labor and we were streaming in Jamaica. So, this is the thing to do when you're in labor. So, yeah. Is Meech in here? No way. Oh, that's awesome. Danny B said, I posted this in Discord, but if anyone rides a Peloton, please reach out to me. I would love an accountability partner. Oh, she is in here. Meech said, well, she beat me because I was miserable by the time I got to the hospital. But that's okay. It's just in labor and watching the show. Yay, congrats. So happy you're in here. How are we a priority right now? Oh, that's right. This is Pamela's second baby. She said, my first is 2.5, and I feel all the comments about 2 to 3-year-old. Oh, what a time. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to do some work around here, go home and eat my food, do an early workout, and then I need to get Anthony from the airport tonight. I have nothing better to do than pump and sit on ice. Wow, we're going to have slightly different days. By the way, when I said that, that's not me. Meech said she has nothing better to do than pump and sit on ice. Okay? Jill, quick, I'll answer this question. She said, now that you have an office, you normally just leave after the show. It all depends. This is the new routine and goal that we are getting towards is finish the show, have meetings, which calls, whatever, do some work here, head home in the middle of the day, like 2 or 3 p.m. to do a workout, shower, and then come back here to record the morning show podcast. That would be an ideal day. What happens a lot is we leave right after the show, go work out, and then we're like gone from the studio all day and still come back here to record. Or if it's a crazy day, we can record from home, the morning show podcast. We still have the ability to do that. Obviously, it doesn't need to look great because you're not seeing it. So we can still do that. So if it's a late night, we can do that. If there's breaking news, we can do that. But every day has been a little different. It is something that the two of us discussed. We went on a walk and we were like, we need a better plan. So, yeah. Oh, man, I got to sneeze. The flexibility is great. Oh, I sneezed the old way. I'm not supposed to do that. Woo, on that note, that is my cue. Thank you. To GTFO. Oh, things keep happening though. But remember the show where I talked about don't sneeze this way, sneeze this way. It's better for your neck, your back, all the things. I guess I had written that in the title. And there were all these people commenting on it on YouTube that have never watched this before. Like, that are apparently obsessed with sneezing. And they were like, how many times does she sneeze in this show? Something about her sneezing. And I'm like, I could have been making money off all these freaking sneezes. So, yeah. There's a fetish. There's a sneeze fetish, a foot fetish. If you know anyone with a foot fetish, I'm selling sneakers, old shoes, like really old sandals. So, let them know where to find me. Yeah, like, I sneeze so much, I could be a millionaire. G. Maurice, yeah, just sneezing this way. You're supposed to kind of flex your core, elbows in, sneeze. Yeah, there's a sneeze kink. The sneeze amaranth. All right, thank you, everyone, for the hype challenge today. That was amazing. I don't know. Did we end up beating the goal? I'm not sure. We'll tell Anthony tomorrow about that. That's cool. The hype challenge is happening for 2 weeks. Twitch is trying to see whose audience is better. So every time you gift a sub on Prime, buy a sub, or donate bits, those count as points for us, and we get put on a leaderboard. And yeah, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for holding off last week. Even if you subbed last week, that's okay. It's still amazing. Thank you for that. Thanks for being here today. I know it was a little weird without Anthony, but I hope I entertained you. Thanks to Scotty B for answering the phone when I called him. And thank you for interacting with me because you were my co-host today. Love you guys. Peace out, Cub Scouts. No Nonsense November. For coming to the movie screening tomorrow, get there around 6:15. Otherwise, it's not guaranteed that you get in. Goodbye. Love you.